why buyers of coaching don't trust coaches and how to fix it. See, here's the biggest problem right now when it comes to this is that most people reaching out to you for coaching or coaches in general don't trust anybody. They don't believe it. They don't trust anybody. That's why they say things like, I need to think about it. I don't make decisions on these kind of calls. Follow up with me in a week. Follow up with me next month. I'm going on vacation. It's my birthday. I got to talk to, so-and-so and this and that. And what's your guarantee? And what do I do if I do everything and it doesn't work? All of those are trust issues, okay? And it can be frustrating because you think, well, I'm like the best coach there is. My clients get amazing results. Just work with me and you're going to see. And they just don't believe it. So how do you fix it? Well, let's talk about the 3 biggest reasons it's happening. And then we're going to talk about how to fix it because you really need to understand why it's actually happening. There's 3 reasons, okay? If you don't understand these 3 reasons, you'll never be able to fix it. Reason number 1, there's too many Me Too coaches out there. What does that mean? There's too many people saying the same things. They're basically, I can help you fix your mindset, your business, your weight loss, your this, your that. And people just don't know what to say or do. They're just like, I don't know who to trust. It's like, you go to a grocery store and you're going to buy something, can of soup or something. You're like, well, there's like 20 options. They're all kind of the same price. Which one do I buy? I buy the brand name one, the Campbell's or whatever, or do I buy the generic one? I don't know. You know what I mean? And so people are just confused because there's so many people saying the exact same thing about how they can help, right? Now, and again, they're not bad. It's just too many people saying the same thing. Now, number 2, a lot of people who are reaching out to you have already been burned by other coaching programs. They've talked to people who promised them everything, and then they got into the coaching program, and it was nothing like they were told. It was all over the place. It was a disaster. There was so many issues. It just didn't work, that kind of thing. And so then when they get on the phone with a coach like yourself, and you tell them almost the same thing, they're like, yeah, I've been there, done that. I'm not interested in that. And they're not going to say that. They're just going to be polite and be like, I don't think this is the right thing. I wish you the best in the future. Okay, so that's the second reason. More and more people are burned. Now, the third reason is they don't believe the claims coaches are making. People just don't believe it anymore that you can help them get some amazing result in a really short period of time. It might be true, and you might be able to do that because, you hear it a lot in the weight loss market and stuff or coaching market where it's like people are saying, hey, I'll show you how to get an extra 30 clients a month or you don't pay a thing. Well, people are like, what? I can't get 2 clients a month. You're telling me you're going to get 30 and I'm not going to pay? Or, you'll see it in like health coaching niches where they promise a certain weight loss without ever going to the gym, without ever doing anything you don't want, and calories and this and that. And look, it might all be true, but if people don't believe it, it doesn't matter whether it's true or not. They see it as kind of like unbelievable, okay? Because again, it's those other 2 issues where there's so many Me Too coaches out there. They've been burned by other people who told them the exact same thing, and now you're telling them the same thing. How are they going to believe it? You know what I'm saying? And it's in every niche. It's not just in the coaching space. It's not just in, it's in the weight loss market. It is everywhere. So let's talk about how to fix it. And I will tell you this, the third thing is the most important thing, okay? So the first thing you need to do is you need to do create what's called a trust-based funnel. This is super important, okay? Because a lot of coaches are simply just piling on testimonials, or they're simply just piling on case studies, or they're just piling on credentials of like, hey, I was featured in this magazine on this TV channel, and people are like, I still don't care. I don't trust you. So you got to create a trust funnel. Now, what is a trust-based funnel? Well, what I do and what I've done for a lot of years, which works really well, is I provide a webinar, a very high-value webinar that people can watch that gives me enough time to talk to them about their problem, to talk to them about their stuff, to show them the solutions, to really dig into it, to build some really solid relationship currency to help these people, okay? And that's what I've found the best is because it gets a high consumption rate. What does that mean? Well, so on average, like if you give somebody an ebook, about 5% of the people consume it, right? It's just nature of it. You give somebody a free video, maybe 10, 15%. Over about the last 30,000 people who have registered for my webinar, I have a 70% consumption rate. Think about that for a second, 70%. And it builds a lot of trust, okay? And so you need a mechanism to build that trust so that people can get into your stuff and they're like, wow, this guy, this person, lady, guy, whatever it is amazing. I really think they can solve this thing. Let's talk to them, all right? Second thing you need to do, don't focus on claims and hype. You don't even need to say hype. It's not like you're hyping it. It's just when you talk about claims, a lot of times the wrong people believe the claims, the kind of like people who are just looking for a quick fix. And those are not the people you want. Those are the opportunity seekers, probably not going to work with you. And the right people are turned off by it, okay? So it's super important to understand that claims can actually hinder your business. It doesn't make you seen as a better option. It just makes people not believe you because remember, they've been burned. Second of all, they've seen it all. They've heard it all. They've heard I can achieve this amazing outcome if I read your thing and all that kind of stuff, all right? And so you got to understand, like, you got to think, like, if I was this person, see this in a relationship niche too, right? It's like they'd be like, hey, if you're this guy who's looking to find a relationship and I'm going to show you a text message that makes these 10 out of 10 single ladies want to date you. And if this guy's, mid-40s and he's been getting rejected by women since he was like 15, well, he's not going to believe it. You know what I mean? It's just completely unbelievable because, again, people's self-esteem is not good in the area where they need your help. So don't do it. All right? It's just easier not to. Just be smart about it because it's a big issue. Because remember, you're turning off the wrong people and you're getting you're turning off the right people and you're getting the wrong people. Now, before we get to the third thing, which is the absolute most important thing, I need you to do something. I need you to do two things. Real quick, hit that like button. Just hit like so I can know that you liked this video so I can create more like it. Now, second thing I need you to do is hit the subscribe button. And that way, what's going to happen is you're going to be able to get notified when future videos come out. Because you see, what I do is I spend about roughly, give or take, $1 million a year on Facebook ads. And what that allows me to do is figure out what's working in the coaching space, what's happening, what prices are working, all that kind of, everything of what's working, mistakes, all that kind of stuff. And I take it all and I share it over here on YouTube for free. Okay, this doesn't cost anything, obviously. And so what happens is if you don't hit the subscribe button, you're not going to know about it. And we've got constantly videos coming down the pipeline in production, and you never know, you might miss one that would have been the one that could have helped you really grow your coaching business. And so super important you hit subscribe so that you can get updates on when the next video is coming. That can hopefully help you based on all my experience of spending all this money on Facebook getting coaching clients. All right. Number 3, you need to focus on being the only option and market to people who have failed at stuff. What does that mean? So here's what you need to do. You need to hit it head on, okay? And so in your messaging, instead of talking about the amazing things I'm going to help you with, what you're going to do is you're going to shift your marketing and you're going to go, here's this stuff that you've tried that hasn't worked, that you're struggling with, and I'm the expert at helping people fix this problem if you've tried all these other things. And so what that does is it sets you apart as the only option. Because when everybody else is saying, hey, I can help you with this amazing thing and achieve this and all that, so this other thing, remember, people aren't believing it anymore because they've seen it all before, they've heard it, they don't care, they've tried it. So when you shift your messaging to, hey, have you tried this thing and that thing and it's failed, and you tried this program, and not specifically name dropping, you don't want to get in trouble and throw people under the bus, but if you tried this and tried that and none of it worked, well, the good news is I specialize in helping people who have tried all these things and it hasn't worked. So the good news is I'm going to help you fix that problem. And so everybody else is focusing on getting into like amazing awesomeness. You're focused on helping them out of a pain based on all the things they've tried that hasn't worked. And people believe that they can more so get out of a problem than they can get an amazing result by doing something. It's more believable. I can fix this versus I can achieve all this awesomeness, which has never happened in my life, right? Versus I think I can fix this problem if so-and-so helps me. You see the difference? More believable, lower bar to achieve, and you differentiate yourself from the whole market, all right? So, for example, I have a webinar on how to get coaching clients using my 300-word ad template and snowball system for coaches who have tried they've tried social media, they hate posting, they hate doing all these things that are not working, and I actually want you to register for it. So the link is in the pinned comment or in the description. You just hit that link. It's going to take you to my webinar registration page, and you can register for this webinar where it's going to actually show you how to actually get coaching clients using the simple strategy that I've used. Again, that I've invested millions of dollars into ads. I'm going to show you what's not working, what is working, mistakes I've made, a lot of the myths that the gurus are teaching that actually don't even work, so that hopefully you can start getting clients. So click the link now in the description or in the comment section. Head over to that webinar and we'll see you over there.